if there is a trick, if there is a shortcut, it's in making sure that you reduce the friction between your bodybuilding life and the rest of your life. I hate to break it to you guys, but I don't just lift. And that's what this video is about. Now, in this video series, we first off established that we start off with a reasonably low amount of volume to enable us to get the training intensity nice and high. After that, we ramp up volume as desire and need dictates to get us to the point where each individual body part has enough volume to grow. We also looked at how do we actually judge in the short term whether we're making progress or not. And now I want to talk about, is lifting enough? The idea behind this little mini series is to give you guys an idea of my entire lifting philosophy, what I do and what I do with my clients. So let's get into it. Firstly, some home truths. Your goal physique will not just come from lifting. This is not just a hobby you can pick up and put down. This is your life. So this is not like getting better at snooker or table tennis. This is something which is ubiquitous around your entire life. It affects your entire day, your diet, your sleep, as well as going to the gym. Anyone on natty YouTube with an outstanding physique, I can promise you, I just lift. It sounds very attractive, but it's a fairy tale. There is this sort of romantic notion that if you just lift hard and you stop overcomplicating things, that you're going to get your goal physique. But that is false. Nobody with a standout physique actually does that. Or if they say they do, maybe they have a very different interpretation of what a standout physique is. The reality is, without the rest of the factors in play which support the training, then you're not going to reach the physique that you want. I made this mistake early on in life. I spent many years just focusing on lifting and just eating as much food as possible because I was lazy with diet. That got me big and strong, sure, but it didn't give me my goal physique. It created a lot of muscle in a very inefficient way. I could have done that a lot better. Not saying I wouldn't have had to bulk up, because bulking is still a necessary part of life, but I could have done it in a better way. You don't need to make those mistakes. You can learn from my experience. Try and apply the same level of energy into your diet and your sleep and even your cardio as you do into your training. When I finally got my diet, my sleep, and all the things which go into that, like food prep, organizing my day correctly, all the things which enable me to still live a busy, productive life, but take care of the other factors outside of lifting, that was when my physique came on in bounds. And after a while, it becomes second nature. It's like brushing your teeth. It's easy, but you need to commit to it and get out of this mindset that just lifting is going to get you to where you want to go. For most people, it's not enough. Yes, this is a hobby which you're going to need to apply some thought to actually progress and get to where you want to go. If you're looking at natty YouTube and you're looking at these influencers with great physiques and you're thinking, yeah, I want a piece of that, why aren't I like that? Odds are you're not doing what they're doing. Today is going to just round out this series by taking a look at some of the more holistic factors which are related to your physique progress. So firstly, diet matters. You need to put a strong emphasis on the correct diet. You ever heard that phrase, work smart, not just hard? It applies in diet massively so, mostly because there is so much miscommunication and misunderstanding about diet. The real ones on natty YouTube have an excellent handle on diet. And you know what? The real ones who look good, they tend to all follow a very similar diet plan. And none of those guys are arguing or promoting stupid, dumb fad diets. I think some of the basics in terms of diet are protein, at least 0.8 grams per pound. Or let's say, for simplicity's sake, 1 gram per pound. Also, have a focus on eating your fruits and vegetables. That's pretty basic stuff. The guys on natty YouTube who do have the type of physique that you want to have will have sufficient protein and will eat their fruits and vegetables without argument. Next thing is sleep is a priority. You've got to get that sorted. We've all heard the famous Arnold phrase, I just slept faster. It's nonsense. Like a lot of what Arnold said about his competitive days, it was glazed over with a hint of pizzazz. The reality is you need your sleep make it a priority and make sure you're doing what you can to ensure good sleep. Now, that's easier said than done, particularly if you don't have it as a focus. You may well be going to the gym later in the day so that it interrupts your sleep. You may well be staying up to get in an extra bit of work so it interrupts your sleep. You may well just be staying up to watch that extra series on Netflix and that interferes with your sleep. So very often it requires a fundamental shift in your priorities, which is what this video is about, doing the things necessary to get you your goal physique. Because all too often it's very easy to say, I just lift, but that's not the complete picture. And anyone with a decent physique knows that. To conclude this, your physique is the living embodiment of your work ethic. So if you're not where you want to be and you're not getting to where you want to be, you're doing something wrong. So you need to own up, take responsibility for it, and make the appropriate changes. A lot of what I've said in this video series is nothing revolutionary. It's the basics. But getting the basics right for long enough is what's going to make an impact in your physique. Where people go wrong is that instead of looking at the basics, which are boring, they spend their time on YouTube trying to find little tips and tricks. That's not the way forward. If there is a trick, if there is a shortcut, it's in making sure that you reduce the friction between your bodybuilding life and the rest of your life. Make sure they mold together and find balance. That is the trick. All right, thanks for watching. Now, after last video's call out, I actually have now just 2 more client spaces left. So if you are interested and you want to get in and make sure your 2023 is nice and productive, there's a link in the description. Inquire, let's have a talk, and then let's get you signed up and let's get you gaining, or whatever you want to do, gain muscle, lose fat, and take advantage of my now 9 years of coaching experience to get you to where you want to be. The other thing is, thanks for watching. Roughly half of you, about 47%, watch but don't subscribe. So if that's you, hit the subscribe button. That would help me out a lot. It helps my numbers. Appreciate it. Appreciate all you guys. This has been, YouTube in general has been an amazing experience. So love all you guys. I really appreciate you tuning in and listening to what I have to say. So I will see you in the next one. Take care. All the best.